What's up, YouTube? This is the State of the Meta for February 2018. I am here with my good friend Seth. Say hi, Seth.
Hello.
We are here to discuss the State of the Meta for probably the most important one so far because what's this month, Seth?
It's some kind of tournament. I forget the name of it.
The KC Cup.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, which has world qualifiers involved with it. I doubt personally that I'm going to qualify for Worlds because Part 2 falls on my vacation. So I'm going to be in Massachusetts and then on Long Island.
Nice.
So guess what I'm not doing?
Not qualifying.
Yeah, but oh well. So I wish you the best of luck for the part two for the Casey Cup.
I probably ain't qualifying either. Let's be real.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for this kind of game, the only way to qualify is to take the full week off of work and don't sleep at all and live off of coffee for about 7 days straight.
Well, it's not even a week. It's literally 3 days.
Is it really only 3 days? I thought it was a full week.
The full thing is, but part two for the one that actually gets you to qualify for Worlds is only like the weekend.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Because part one is where you actually try to qualify. That see, I get to skip because I'm in King. Well, you just got COG too, so
Yeah,
yeah, we both get to skip.
yeah. I got COG this morning with a deck that you sent me that I was really surprised with how well it worked.
Yeah, man, it really overperforms.
Yeah,
So,
I was extremely surprised by it. So, so normally I mean you watched the first one I did. I know that. I'm not sure if you watched the one for last month, but
yeah.
yeah, normally I just kind of go through as many decks as I can. But where this is
Hmm.
such a competitive month, as well as the meta is in such a disarray, because as you said when we were talking about doing this, we've had what 4 meta changes this month.
Yeah, and we're about to enter the final one, or ostensibly, with the Dakini and Ritual hit, right?
Well, no,
Because those haven't been hit yet, have they?
yeah, they have. They're both at 2 right
Oh,
now.
never mind.
But the last one is that Golden Bamboo is going to 1 on the 5th, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, which thank God for that because that deck is so cancer.
Hmm.
I was playing Endymion Bamboo to get into Legend, and it's so stupid. God, that deck is horrible.
Yeah, it's not really actually a good deck. It's just high variance, and when it goes, it goes.
Yeah, it's one of those decks that will get you into Legend, but it won't get you out because it's not consistent enough to get 5 wins in a row.
Nah, like they still need a hit because come on, that's just absurd.
Yeah, I mean, when you can draw literally your entire deck on your second turn, there's a problem. I've done that. Trust me, you can draw your entire deck on second turn. I played
Oh no,
5 Bamboo Swords in 1 turn.
no, I've done it too.
So yeah, I played 3 Golden Bamboo Swords and then used Endymion to get 2 of them back.
Yeah, I didn't go with I didn't go with the indie build because I don't really have those cards to build it. But
Yeah, I had 2 Endemis that I used during the last Bakura event, the one that people thought was unfarmable. I
hmm
I used a Endemi deck, 3SD Endemi to farm it because I could just keep popping his cards without having to attack.
yeah,
So it worked pretty well. It wasn't the best deck, but it worked. So anyway, but yeah, so this time around though, we won't go over the decks that nobody's playing, like fucking frogs or silent magician and shit like that.
nah, nah,
So although with now being able to get 3 wetlands, I might actually play frogs at least before the KC Cup starts to kind of get a feel for it and see if maybe it could be playable as like a rogue tier.
I think it's just a fun deck type thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be competitive, but I think that it could be like a rogue deck. But
Nah.
so, um, do you have any decks in particular that you want to start with?
Oh, what I'm actually going to be playing the Casey Cup.
Well, I mean, just for the discussion, do you have anything in particular to start talking about?
We could just go over the MCS lists.
I sent you that and then forgot to open it myself. But do you follow that channel?
Decayed, yeah.
Yeah. So which I should probably just grab that. Give me a second here. But yeah, I watched it this morning. I was like, oh, this makes our job so much easier.
And negate the opponent's hazy.
God damn it! There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure the mic picked up that, but it played about 3 seconds of it. So, is there a link to the actual tier list?
List? I'm checking Reddit. I can't find it. I knew there was like a breakdown somewhere.
No, I know that the video had a breakdown, but I don't want to play the video while doing this because it's gonna be a little bit harder to do. But let me see here. Okay, according to the video, the top 32 we had 7 Gladiator Beasts, 5 Cyber Angel, 5 Red Eye Zombie, 4 Volcanic, 3 Hazy Flame, 2 Red Eye Slash, 2 Dino, 2 Endless Trap Hole Stall, 1 Fire Fist, and 1 Psychic.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that's the top 32.
So here's something I'd like to point out, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 of the top 4 were Cyber Angels.
Yeah,
and 5 made top cut, so that should say something.
Yeah, they're not dead. I think the Cyber Angels are at least right now the Duel Links version of either Burning Abyss or what's that deck that or Zodiac, where they just don't die. They just keep adapting.
Yeah.
So, have you played the actual TCG lately?
I haven't paid attention to it since. I want to say the last form I actually looked at was Shadows, maybe.
Yeah, that
Shadows or Necros. It's one of those.
Yeah, I completely missed those because after I got banned from Duel Network, I stopped playing entirely. I just kind of got back into it casually like last year. But I do like Necros though; they're a fun deck to play. Which I am so happy, by the way. Just I know that we probably won't even be discussing this deck list, but my favorite deck just got huge support. I think today we got that grass looks greener, so I can play that in Skull Servants.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna be very good because I don't have any other Skull Servant support, but I don't care.
It'll be interesting with that and Merchants.
Yeah, very interesting, especially with Merchant. The issue is that aside from
well, the problem is Merchant eats up like the fuel for grass is greener, right?
Well, yeah, probably, but it really depends on how you play it. I think that like if you play grass and then set Merchant, you can really go right through your deck. But if you play
but if you go to the reverse, it's not going to work.
Yeah, if you play Merchant first, you probably aren't getting off the grass. But I will probably be playing a 30 card Skull Servant deck. So, but yeah, my biggest concern though is that if those kings get milled, the only way to get them out that I can think of is either reincarnation or powerful rebirth.
I mean, powerful rebirth though is respectable.
Yeah, but do we have what's the card? The continuous trap where if you switch to defense mode, it gets destroyed.
Oh, you mean limit reverse?
Yeah, do we have that yet?
Yeah, we do, but the problem is I think King of the Scar Servants has a question mark for its attack power, right?
I think it's 0. Hold on, I'll double check that right now. I think it's 0.
Because if it's a question mark, it doesn't work.
Let me see. I actually the entirety of the season when I'm working, I can auto duel. I just can't play actual PvP games. So the entirety of the season, I was leveling up bones to get to get my second king. Let me see here. Is it this one? No, I have my Skull Servant deck with somebody else. There it is. Okay. King. Yeah, you're right. King's question mark.
I would like to point out, right? We agreed that we had only talked about relevant decks, right? And now we're on Skull Servants.
I said that when I started talking about Skull Servants.
Okay.
But hey, you know what? Again, this channel, I have no effort put into this, so fuck it. If we go off the rails, we go off the rails. If we start talking about raw about raw turbo, fuck it. But I guess so. We should either start with either Cyber Angels or Gladiator Beast, because Cyber Angels, like I said, got top 3, and Gladiator Beast had
No, no,
the highest representation.
I'm not saying it got top 3. I'm saying it got
I,
3 of the top 4. That's
yeah,
a
I,
big deal.
I meant to say that. I'm sorry. It got 3 of the top 4, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gladiator Beast also had the highest representation. So
Yeah, and I think Glad's got in the top 4. One copy of it did.
Yeah. Which there is something to note though, that the KC Cup will not have a side deck, which the MCS did.
Right. Yeah.
So that makes decks like Ancient Gear a lot more viable.
It'll make it more viable, but I don't think you're beating it with Ancient Gears.
Oh, definitely not. But it'll be a better control deck than what it was represented in this.
So when we're thinking of what will perform well in the KC Cup, you gotta figure what will win fast, not just consistently. Like Decade got so many wins just by ninjaing everyone to death.
Yeah, which I'm both glad and kind of upset that the ninjas are gone. I'm upset because I just got two ninjutsu art of transformation from the what's it called? What was it called? The selection pack.
Mm-hmm.
I just got 2 of those, and then they're basically dead already. But I mean, they're still playable, but they're not nearly as good anymore. It's like,
I mean, I think like if ninjas are going to be playable, it's going to be back to the beatdown variant.
yeah. But so what would you say though, that Cyber Angels are consistent enough to be?
Well, it's not just a matter of consistently able to win. It's also a matter of a high volume of wins.
Yeah, well, they're a very aggressive deck. At least before they were very OTK oriented.
They were, and they were more consistent than what I'm saying is compared to the last one, right?
Yeah.
Is that Cyber Angels were probably more consistent than ninjas, right? Would you agree with that?
I would actually say that the ninjas were more consistent. My build for Cyber Angels bricked hard, but when it didn't brick, it worked. But if it bricked really hard.
I'm talking like optimized lists.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit better. I mean, the only thing I was missing was a 3rd Absolute Ritual, but that made a big difference. So yeah, it would probably be better overall.
Right. So here's my thought. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Since ninjas had a faster kill normally because it didn't have to go through like so many activations of things. Like it was just activating Black Ninja twice.
Yeah, and then you basically win.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a relevant factor in this one, is speed.
So then what would you say is the fastest deck then? Because that's definitely not Gladiator Beast.
No. Like, I'm going to be playing Gladiator Beast, but I ain't going to make it. I ain't going to be number 1 or even number 10. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
So far what I've seen in terms of speed, Saphira's Cyber Angels have like the quick kill with Dakini and just Sinju.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat.
Yeah, looking at these lists, I would say that Cyber Angels are the only one that really have a quick kill, because these others look kind of control-ish.
Psychics have a very fast kill.
Oh, do they? I've actually never played Psychics. Or played against them, so.
What ends up happening is, like, you set down your Serene Witch, right?
Mm-hmm.
They run it over, you get, like, either Destructitron or Cyborg. The Bazooborg.
Yeah, that's the Ultra Rare, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you pop your Psychokinesis or your Destructitron, blast their back row and their field. And then you pop Firm as Earth and kill them.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I mean, granted, again, I haven't played the deck yet. I actually have all the cards, I just don't have the ability yet.
Right.
So, which is kind of important. I mean, I could probably play it with like Restart of Balance, just kind of try it out, but without the ability, it's not going to be nearly as good. So.
But I wouldn't say that's a consistent kill quick, but it's there.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for high volume wins, that would probably be a decent deck to go with.
Do you think that would be better than Cyber Angels?
If you got like a poorly optimized list, yeah.
What would you say is poorly optimized at this point? Just lacking the Sephiras, or
Lacking the Sephiras and the Senjus.
are they still playing? Are they still playing birds?
I've seen plenty of lists. Like I think the top three, uh, most of them played 0 birds.
That's upsetting to me personally, only because I actually went through that pack again to get my third bird and got a prismatic bird.
Well, I think it was either the first or second deck won it with balance.
Yeah, was that the one that played like 7 rituals?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, no, I think the winner ran restart, and the person who came in second used balance.
And then I'm gonna guess that Gladiators was either third or fourth place.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So either Saphira is probably going to be the top deck, with Psychics being. I don't want to call it a budget deck because they're really not budget.
No, they're relatively budget. I mean, most of the cards are from the trader. Like
But the big expensive one though is the Bazoo thing, which is I think a main box ultra rare.
Yeah, but that's in the Red Eyes box. So if you got plenty of them, you probably already got like at least 2 Borgs.
Is it? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is from the Red Eyes box. That might explain why I had 5.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I got 3 of them out of the selection box, but still, I mean, I had 2 of them from the Red Eyes box already.
Mm-hmm.
So, another deck I thought would do really well, and I thought would have a quick kill, but isn't here, is Dark World.
Okay, so here's the problem with Dark Worlds. In respect to this tournament, really easy to side against.
That is true.
And if you can basically survive their first wave of nonsense, you win.
Yeah, they run out of resources very quickly.
Like, they're basically a better version of Ice Barriers.
Yeah, which Ice Barriers, they're like the one deck I really wanted to play, but I just missed the boat on that, and they're just not useful anymore. But they have another quick kill, so they could be useful in the KC Cup.
They do, but remember, they're also very high variance, because, you still want the consistent wins, not just high volume of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I do like Dark World. The issue with Dark World 2 is that unless you already have your Dark World dealings, you probably aren't going to be able to play it for the KC Cup.
No. No, not.
Which I actually looked at. I got three dealings and 3 Thestalos from that selection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, I'm not sure if I told you. So I sent you a screenshot of when I was going through Primal Burst trying to get a Volcanic Rocket.
Uh-huh.
And I was at the last pack and I hadn't gotten it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I got like the 3-pack deal that they had or something like that. I pulled 2 rockets out of it. I mean, granted, one of them was guaranteed to be last pack. And
Yeah, you told me about this.
I pulled like nothing in there. I pulled the second rocket. I was like, okay. But yeah. And then I think I pulled a Doomfire within 10 more packs after that. So,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I went through the entire box and then I got these right away.
I mean, you basically have probably most of wallet control if you want to build that.
I might. I don't know. I have to look at it. I might though.
Wallet control? Okay, so that's basically the Volcanic Snipe Hunter build.
Yeah, which I don't have any Snipe Hunters because I thought that I still feel that the new crap is pack. Or wow, the new pack is crap. I just I can't word good today. I feel like the new pack is complete crap, but the ultras are at least Snipe Hunter is really good, and Slash Dragon seems to be doing something.
Yeah.
But Which I saw somebody this morning when I was trying to get into King of Games playing Dark World with Snipe Hunter.
Oh dear.
That was a very easy win. Especially because they tried so hard to snipe my Sangha, they missed 3 times.
Oh,
So on one
yeah.
hand, they're already playing badly because they don't realize that Snipe Hunter doesn't work for Dark World, and then they get 3 6s. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not sorry.
No, I'm not at all.
You're not sorry. Come on. Come on. Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
if I was sorry, I wouldn't be playing or I wouldn't have played Endymion to get into Legend. But but I guess since we're talking about Volcanic Snipe Hunter, what do you think of that? Would that be? I mean, not. I mean, obviously at this point, nothing else is really going to get you that many wins in the KC Cup. But just to play it, you're not playing it to win it, but just to kind of have fun. What do you think about Volcanic Snipe Hunter?
Um, it looks like a pretty decent deck. I don't know. Like, obviously, I can't go because I'm free to play.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why everyone calls it wall controlled, you know?
Yeah, 'cause it's expensive. I mean, I fully admit to spending money on this game. I have no problem saying that.
No, I'm not disparaging you for it. I'm just saying, in my position, it's not, a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I think it's in that same spot as Gladiators. Whatever you feel more comfortable using. Like, I'm a Glad Beast person,
Yeah, which I said this last month, but I'll say it again. I'm so happy to be wrong about Gladiator Beasts. I thought that they were not going to do well, and they are
Oh, I
so
figured
good.
they would. I figured they would because of just the simple fact that in Duel Links you have to commit back row before you even attack.
Yeah, what I thought was going to hold them back though was a lack of a main phase too, so you couldn't tag and then fuse.
Oh no, that's only relevant for like Darius plays,
That's true.
Like when you're just like popping things with Murmillo and Bestiari,
Yeah, which I don't know what it is about the AI, but the AI is so bad. I dueled a Vagabond earlier, and it had an Estidari with nothing happening to it. It's just a plain Estidari in the field, and then a Bestiari, and it fused into a second Estidari with the Estidari already in the field. So it just went straight -1. I'm like, okay.
I mean, that's how I play against Temple Burn, but
Well, yeah, but I mean that makes sense. I mean, but for
yeah.
me, I had a set monster. I mean, why not just attack it? I had no backer or anything. I would have lost that turn if he attacked him with Esidari first. I was down to like 1300.
Listen, man, those next level plays you just can't beat.
Yeah, it's true. I'll give you that. Speaking of next level, though, I mean, do you want to talk about your secret tech in Gladiator Beast, or keep that secret until after the KC Cup?
Oh, you mean Fish Def Charge?
Yeah.
I may end up cutting that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Alright, so here's the thing with Gladiator Beast, right? And you hear this a lot. It's just a back row deck, but, and while that is true, it also depends on what back row you're playing towards the meta.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Saphira Cyber Angels becoming a thing and having to deal with destruction and protection again, charge ain't going to work so well. It's just not.
Yeah.
So,
Although my thought personally would be, wouldn't it be like if you have a depth charge in a Murmillo and your opponent goes for a Dakini, couldn't you just flip that and make them go? Well, I guess go even because you go -2 to do it. So still,
yeah, I could do that.
So,
I mean that is a thing, but even still, like even Dakini gets protection from Himmelite.
that's true. I forgot about that. I always forget about that. The Hemolite. Then yeah, then you may have to cut it.
Yeah. I may end up going with 2 big marches though. That'll be interesting.
Big March.
Yeah.
What's that?
Have you ever heard of a card called Pot of Greed?
Oh boy. What does Pot of Greed do?
Okay, so you understand what a deck is, right?
Um,
So with Paw of Greed, you can take the top 2 cards of your deck and add them to your hand. We call this drawing 2 cards. Well, no, anyway. So seriously, whenever I play, whenever I can actually resolve Big March and draw 2, I usually, actually, I think I've won every game I've managed to do that.
is it a ultra rare ticket?
Yes.
I think I found it. Um, okay, yeah, I can see that being very good. Holy shit.
I mean, it gets you there. Like, I just win so many games where it's like, okay, I have 2 beasts in play, and I draw 2 cards, and they're usually back row, and they just can't.
Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I misread that. I thought I meant for each different type. So I was gonna say, I mean, it's good, but because I know that gladiator beasts aren't all the same. Aren't all beasts.
Right.
But is it like, so if you have 2 beasts, you still draw 2 cards, or is it?
No, like you have to have a beast warrior and a beast, or a,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
Like you do actually have to have an individual one to draw a card.
Oh, okay. So I was right. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, if you can draw 2 that way, you probably win the game. Like they can't. The advantage is just too backbreaking for the opponent.
Yeah, which, I mean, hey, if it works, it works. That sounds like a really good freaking. Because Yu-Gi-Oh is all about your card advantage. It really is, and if you can make that +1 swing, it can really change up the entire game.
Oh yeah, I mean, Gladiator beasts win through attrition.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works.
Yeah, which is why they were such a hard matchup with that Sangha deck I was playing.
Yeah.
So, which I guess we can also talk about that because I'm seeing that now in King of Games. Is
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Sangha control, which is really really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like I said, it definitely overperforms.
yeah, I was really surprised with it. It's a much slower deck, so again, it wouldn't get you a lot of quick victories,
No.
but when your opponent sees you 3 SD and then maybe just set a monster, then they're not going to attack you.
All right.
They're not going to attack. I mean, I usually don't do that. I kind of, I tend to, so often I just tend to open with Maneater Bug and Econ in my opening hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a fun opening hand. Just, set Maneater Bug, set Econ, next turn just start blowing stuff up and dealing damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the deck is surprisingly really good. I've never seen that before you said it to me, and now in King Games I'm seeing it again. But
Yeah, I just found a couple lists on Reddit and decided to give it a try,
yeah, so,
and it's been cute.
yeah. I might try to like experiment with it a little bit, kind of make it my own thing. But I mean, so far it works really really well.
Yeah, I mean the core is just Electro and 3 Sanga, so
Yeah, which I was actually debating on maybe cutting Senga down to 2 because once you have the first one out, you don't want to draw the other
right,
2.
right.
So
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
well, and maybe even playing around with Snipe Hunter to ditch your dead Sengas.
I've seen builds with that.
Yeah, so it's something that I'll try to play around with before the part 2. Which were you King of Games before the last KC Cup?
Oh yeah.
King, are you able to still play in part 1 without having to qualify for part 2?
Yeah, yeah, you are.
Okay, yeah, because I remember getting a lot of gems by going through part 1.
Yeah.
So
No, you'll still have access to that. Don't worry.
okay, good. Yeah, because again, it's a lot of gems.
But you do actually have to play the games to get the gems.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it actually having to like kind of rank up through it to get the gems?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just realized we haven't talked about the King of freaking staying alive, and that's the Red Zombie Dragon deck.
Uh huh.
Is it finally being power crept out?
Okay, you want my honest thoughts on Red Eye Zombies?
Go for it. If you're about to rant, which it sounds like you're about to,
All right.
I will give you the floor.
Okay, I can respect its tier 1 status by aspect of how often it's played. It's not a good deck. It really isn't. It can be outvalued so easily. Like, I honestly like any kind of value deck like Gladiator Beasts or even Dinos with Hydrogeddon. Like, I'm going to win. Like, I can outvalue any Red Eyes player because they can't gain advantage. The only advantage plays they got is pseudo advantage through sending Bacon Saber to the grave and then running over monsters. That's it.
Well, to be fair, they do also gain some advantage with insight, but that's not much.
That's not actual advantage. It's still 1-for-1 trades.
That's true, but okay, yeah, that's true. It's more of a setup than gaining advantage. I'll give you that.
It's just summoning a Red Eyes, which I mean, it's kind of weird saying just summoning a Red Eyes, but it's just one card summoning a 2400 or 2600 if you're playing straight to the grave.
Yeah. Now,
And
how could
speaking of which, in order to do that, you have to basically sacrifice at least 6 slots in your deck. So you're playing a bunch of cards to summon a 2400 instead of playing any kind of protection in those slots.
Yeah, well, the Red Zombie deck has still been very bulky. At least at least for me, I've managed to make it very mid range, and it worked really well until I was trying to basically play it as an aggro deck with a mid range build, which
that's always what it's been, like, the most optimal decks. Like, the only thing that it really has on other aside from other decks is the Storm.
Yeah, which I've actually not been playing Storm. I've actually been playing Double Cyclone.
No, you really. Well,
I might go back to Storm because Double Cyclone isn't really working that well.
They'll work the same way because, like, if you're playing Storm with Straight to the Grave, you get a free destruction.
Yeah.
And then also, Storm protects your Red Eyes when you're trying to revive it with Spirit.
Well,
It protects it.
Well,
It protects it from Floodgate.
no, well, so does Cyclone. Double Cyclone, you target your Spirit, you target your opponent's card, and then flip the Spirit.
No, I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, the Storm play is very, very good in the deck. I kind of think that might have been what was really keeping it on top is the fact that it deals with back row so well.
And also, people are bad.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it could be a half decent meta call, and again, I'm only saying half decent against Cyber Angels because it slows them down because they can't absolute ritual out of the graveyard if you're playing Zombie World, which a lot of builds are playing Zombie World.
Yeah, okay.
So,
That makes sense.
Yeah, it might be a half. Again, I'm not saying it's a good meta call because Dakini flat out runs over Red Eyes, and
Yeah, even without the 8-10 boost.
yeah, but it could be
And
a decent a decent meta call, but not like great. I do think the Zombie Dragon is still a tier 1 deck. I don't think it's the tier 1 deck anymore. I think that it's gotten power crept a little bit. But I see it as still a consistent deck. It's probably the most consistent, more mid range kind of deck. Because Gladiators are as you said the attrition deck. They've completely swept out Gladiator, or I'm sorry, Ancient Gear, which used to be the big attrition deck.
I wouldn't classify Ancient Gears as attrition, though. Like, it's more in the Red Eyes camp, actually, I'd say. Like, it is a mid-range deck. Like, it can't actually gain much advantage either, aside from Electro.
Yeah, but at least as far as I've seen it, it's always been kind of, or rather, I've always kind of classified it as control because it's all about up at control in the back row. And keeping your being able to respond to it. But yeah, no, you're probably right. It's probably more of a mid range because it is kind of aggressive, especially considering that the whole deck is built around getting out a 3K body with piercing, as well as kind of shutting down the back row. But it does play a lot of defensive stuff too to get to that point. So yeah,
Well,
you're probably right about that being mid range.
it's not just that of all the things you listed. It's also the fact that it doesn't actually Ancient Years doesn't actually want to play a long game. Like it will run out of resources.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
What-
yeah. The more I'm thinking about, it, the more I played Ancient Gear, the longer the game goes. I think I've had lower success rate.
Yeah, and that's what I keep seeing is people want to try to play as a controlled deck, but they lose that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I might actually have to go back and experiment with it because I've been trying to build it as a control deck.
Mhm.
I might try to revamp it as more of a mid range deck.
Yeah, I think what happens is people look at back row and then they say Electro. I'm like, oh, this is a control deck. No,
Yeah.
you're gonna mess up a lot.
Yeah.
Like you can't like say Dark Magician. I've been playing this just to get quick wins for till tomorrow, basically.
Yeah. It was real quick. How would that be for KC Cup?
Oh, Dark Magicians.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Are they good?
It-
Good.
They're not a good deck.
No. Okay.
They're
Go
just
ahead.
for like they got the quick win thing down usually. The consistency not so much.
Okay. Yeah, man,
It's a farming win thing, not like a lot of wins, just farming wins. Period.
Okay, so kind of like Endymion was for this month.
Yeah, it's a matter of okay, you're going to get wins, but you're not going like say once you have the ranking system
You
in the
you want
KC
to
Cup. No, you ain't going up anywhere.
Okay.
You're just going to be maintaining the level.
Yeah, anyway, but I cut you off though because you were about to use them as your example.
Okay, yeah. What was I saying? Sorry.
You were talking about Ancient Gear and how people playing it as a control deck when it's not.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. So yeah. You see most Dark Magician lists use Electro,
Mm-hmm.
and the problem is like in Dark Magician, it's not a control card. It's like a stun card until you can, just Alpha Strike.
Yeah. Which, real quick, the Master of Magician's ability. Do you choose which card you get, or is it random?
It's random,
It's random. Okay.
so it's a 33% chance for whatever card.
Yeah, because I always see people get expanded with it, and I figured out just based on what they play.
Mhm.
And
And
I struggle against that deck sometimes, which I mean we talked about it, but I'm starting to see how we got to get through it better. Just kind of wait it out because it's in a deck that kind of loses to attrition.
so you haven't actually used the deck, right?
Right, my arcane is at level 3, I think.
All right, so here, let me explain to you what I see when I'm in the seat of actually playing Dark Magician, right?
Okay.
You see lots of hands where you get, like, say, 2 Ancient Rules, maybe a Dark Magician and a Legion. Like, I see that actually more often than I'm like, that type of hand.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, okay, you got an easy Dark Magician play, right? Well, okay, it cost me a card to get there, and then I have no follow-up after that.
Yeah, and we're starting to get to a point now where it's very easy to get monsters off the field once they're on the field.
Yeah, and
So,
so at any point I'm looking towards if I'm wanting to summon a Dark Magician, it's a matter of okay, what do I do after that though? Can I win this turn or can I protect it? If I can't do either, I'm forced to say, okay, I'm stuck with just setting a Legion or summoning an Electro, maybe barely protected.
mm-hmm.
While risking also getting some seriously bad draws. Like I could end up drawing a Dark Magician. I could be drawing Ancient Rules without the Dark Magician hand. I could be drawing a Vigilance or a Dark Magic deck or whatever that requires the Dark Magician in play to be able to work.
Yeah, from my experience, I was actually almost getting convinced that Master of Magicians just always gave you the opening hand of Magician's Rod and Champion's Vigilance, because that happens to me every freaking game when I play against them.
That actually isn't the greatest opening I can have. because that's another thing. Okay, because you're assuming, okay, I summon Rod, I get Dark Magic Curtain, set Vigilance, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll run with that play. I'm now forced to say, okay, if that's what I have, do I also have a way to answer back row? If I don't, or like I'm going to have to depend on Master of Magicians to actually get the Dark Magic attack right. Because if I play, because the turn I play Curtain, I can't summon Electro.
Yeah.
So I'm really depending on that Vigilance to protect me from a Floodgate.
Yeah, which I've the two games I played with the Sangha deck, trying to get into King games against Dark Magician. Both times I tried to Floodgate their Dark Magician, they had the Vigilance. I was actually getting frustrated by it because it was just getting really, really annoying.
Yeah, but that's just what ends up happening a lot of times is that, again, it's like I can't summon the guy until like I can know the coast is clear.
Yeah, but anyway, but that's a deck that I greatly underestimated, but I just based on what I've seen from it, I don't think I was wrong to underestimate it, but at the same time I did underestimate it last month because I said it. Yeah, I said that it was going to be straight trash, and it's not trash, but it's not a top tier deck either.
No, I would not recommend this for like a serious competition. No.
Yeah. What decks have we talked about yet? Hazy, I am actually kind of surprised about because Hazy, I kind of felt like is the kind of deck that has a very slow start. But once they get going, they're really hard to deal with unless you're playing Super Rush, which kind of fell out of favor for a while because of Econ.
Right.
But now I'm not sure what's going on with it because it, like, I haven't faced Hazy at all, so I don't know. But it just feels to me like once they get started, unless you have a Super Rush, you aren't dealing with them.
Generally, yes. If they can get their Sphinx going, you're going to have a bad time. It's also a matter of if they got Beast Rising back up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, the gets going moment is when they have a Beast Rising, and they've already boosted up their Sphinx once. At that point, you can't target it. It's already a almost 4K beater.
Mm-hmm.
So the only out to it is Super Rush or maybe Sphere Kuriboh. Does Beast Rising raise the defense?
No.
Okay, then maybe Sphere Kuriboh.
Well, you got Sphere Kuriboh, Windstorm, and Curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you still need something to run over the thing.
Yeah, which with Curse it's a lot easier if you curse it on your turn.
Yeah.
But it's got a 2K defense?
19.
Only 19?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Even still, it's still right now. It's still a decent amount because.
Oh no, definitely.
There's not much that you can get out on a clear field for, to get over 19.
Yeah. The thing is, though, oftentimes they also slow exchanging it out, so you're probably losing your boss in the process of it existing.
Yeah.
So,
I imagine for you though that it's a really hard matchup with Gladiator Beast.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very dependent on floodgates and non-targeting things.
Do you play Super Rush in your Gladiator Beast?
No.
No.
I do not.
Yeah. Do you play Disruption?
I can open up my list in a moment. Give me a second.
Yeah. I'm just curious, just to see, what answers you have for Hazy.
So in general, like I'd say, okay, do I have Floodgate? Okay. My answer is scooping.
Okay.
Like if it was a competitive tournament and like Hazy Flame had a decent amount of the meta share, like I'd build my deck differently, but when it comes to getting Kingdom games, it's just okay, you got Hazy Flame, you're drawing the nuts. That's cool. Do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that's the thing I forgot to talk about. For the KC Cup, scooping is a good idea in unfavorable matchups because you're trying to get wins. You're not trying to have consistent like a big streak.
Well, you never know. They might change how ranking is calculated. I don't know.
That is true because I know that last time you didn't need a big streak to rank up. You just needed a few in a row. But for example, in Legend, if you're at 4 games in a row and you lose, then you're basically back to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the KC Cup, if you're at +3 and you lose, then you're still at +2, and you get right back in that same spot with one more win. I did that a couple times for the last KC Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say in that situation it's probably advantageous, especially where the timer really isn't on your side, to probably just take your losses instead of grinding through it.
Well, here's why I bring up, that might not be the good idea, right? You've noticed that they started, I wouldn't say penalizing, but they haven't been rewarding surrenders.
Mm-hmm.
So you could end up, seeing something like that in a KC Cup at some point.
Like having your differential get lowered even more, or your points
Yes.
get lowered even more.
I would not be surprised if that ever happened.
Then I would say if that does happen, then rather than just straight surrender, just give them the game. Just don't play. Oh well.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we should play it out, but I like if it's, for example, if in your case if you're facing Hazy and I was you, I would just leave my field open. Just let them attack me. If I don't have the floodgate, just let them attack me because it's not worth the time to be there for 15 minutes when you could be in another game already. But that's just my opinion, though.
But that's assuming if my conspiracy theory even pans out. It might not.
Yeah. Well, it might because they've been doing things to kind of deter you from the surrendering.
Mm-hmm.
So it might.
Yeah, they want you to play actual games, which I understand, but
yeah. But there are times when you really don't want to play games. Which, by the way, I just saw this morning. I'm really glad about this. If you enter a game and you lose connection, before you would just lose the game flat out. Even if you reconnected right away, I'd be losing streaks like that like crazy.
Right. No, me too.
As of I think the 5th, they said that they're going to do it. That will start being a draw instead of a loss. Like before the KC Cup, I think it's the 5th.
Yeah, I saw that message too. I don't know what the date is, but it's cool.
Yeah, I'm really glad about that because I was tired of losing games because of that. So, in fact, I actually got demoted one time because of that. I lost 3 in a row because of that because I had a bad connection.
Oh yeah, I remember the KC Cup. How bad connections won the tournament. Like if you totaled all the points that a bad connection could win, bad connection beats DK'd.
that doesn't even surprise me.
Because, I think I lost quite a few points to disconnects.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because it's very, very easy to just lose points with disconnect because obviously you can't exactly out attrition a disconnect.
No.
They kind of they kind of FTK you consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I would say nerf that whole archetype.
Yeah.
But anyway, trying to think of other decks to talk about. Well, how about Phoenix? I've been seeing Phoenix a lot in Legend. Do you think that Phoenix will be a contender for the KC Cup?
I mean, people will be playing it. I don't know if they'll get you it far.
No. Yeah.
Especially in a Cyber Angel meta.
Yeah. Phoenix is the kind of deck that's always kind of confused me. Because the way that I see it get played a lot is they're constantly blowing up the Phoenix, which is obviously what you want to do for the Phoenix.
All right.
But then they'll keep blowing it up more and more to the point where they're not really doing anything except leaving themselves open for attacks. And I don't
So,
see how that wins because like I built a Phoenix deck and I played it with the auto duel, and the auto duel
mhm,
doesn't blow up the Phoenix over and over. It just summons it with the Fire King Island, and it
right,
wins. It wins
right.
consistently.
Um, so what ends up happening is when I'm played against Phoenix, when they're doing that, it means that I actually don't get back row.
Yeah,
So if I ain't killing them, I could be in the position where, in order for me to survive, I have to actually, sacrifice these things to the nuke.
yeah. Which that actually reminds me, I want Ready Ari in the game so badly.
Yeah,
Not just for Phoenix, but just in general. I want Ready Ari in this game so badly.
yeah, I do too.
But but yeah, I mean, it does nuke the back row, but at the same time, if you leave yourself open for three, or I'd say for like 2 turns for just shred attacks, you lose. You
Mhm.
know. So I don't know. I'm not really. And even then, I mean, you can kind of play around it by setting chainable cards like Econ and Super Rush.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
But then you're in the position again where like they get to choose the pace of the game. The Phoenix player does.
Yeah, but I feel, and again, this is just the way I've seen it. It kind of feels like they're playing a deliberately losing pace.
It looks like that at first, but until you realize, okay, you're not actually able to kill them yet, it gets dangerous.
Yeah, the only deck that I really had issues with them was when playing Ancient Gear because they blow up your castle.
Yeah.
But um, but yeah, are there any more like decks that you can think of? Well, actually, there's still a whole category of decks that we should probably talk about, the cancer decks, but we'll get to those in a couple minutes.
No, I think we covered everything.
All right, then. All right, well, actually, I see one more on this list. I just noticed dinos. What do you think about dinos?
Um, so I did like dinos up until Glads basically existed.
Yeah.
Because with Hydreigon, it gave them like it at the time. I think it was Red Eyes that was the deck to beat in
Mm-hmm.
uh, the ladder.
Well,
So,
Red Eyes and Cyber Angels at the time, I think. Well, no,
well,
because I
no,
think Cyber Angels just came out, so they weren't on top yet.
yeah. So what Hydreigon gave was basically a way to outvalue people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say, Hydreigon attached with a Metamorph, Red Eyes ain't beating that.
Yeah.
Like they're getting their teeth kicked in.
It's actually funny. I used to classify dinos as like an incredibly aggressive control deck. Not a mid range, just an incredibly aggressive control deck.
It, I could see like the aggro control elements of it. I still don't consider it a control deck. In my experience of playing it, it doesn't have the longevity in terms of game. Like I want the game over fast.
Yeah. I the way I've seen it a lot on the ladder and the way I'm playing it right now, because I just started playing it again after I got the King of Games. It's
Mhm.
very, very back row heavy with just three Hydrogeddon, three Black Brachius, and three Saber Stores, which I'm actually replacing those Saber Stores with the new Evil Swarm as I get it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a bit weaker, but it has that higher potential. It's
I,
better for
I,
the
I
late
s-
game.
I played against a cute deck that used Evil Swarm and Tyrant of Infinity. That was
Yeah,
cute.
I've seen that combo online, like just on different pages and stuff, and I feel like it's too slow.
It looks too gimmicky. No,
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but now
But
if we just happen to get miscellaneous stories for some reason,
uh huh,
I would lose my mind. I would be
I don't know
playing
what that
dinos.
does.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a newer card. Basically, it's a dino that you can discard it from your hand to make your dinos unaffected by spells and traps for your main phases, or for
Hmm.
other players' main phases. Because it's a quick effect, and then when it's in the graveyard, it has an ignition effect. Banish it, and then as many other dinos as you want from your graveyard. Special summon a dino from the deck with the same level as your banished dinos, but the one you summon is destroyed in the end phase.
Okay.
So you say, just for example, you banish that and three others. Summon Infinity with 4K attack.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
or the way that it's more used in the TCG, you use it to extend your combos or summon out something like Baby Sarasaurus, and then when it gets blown up, it's summon something else out.
Alright, yeah, that sounds dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stupid card. It was one of the cards that got limited with the last ban list, or two ban lists ago. Right after Worlds, I got limited to one.
Okay. So
So
that's the type of stuff we're dealing with.
yeah. Well, actually, that deck actually won Worlds, Dinos.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because like they got a new boss monster, right? That
actually
like makes
their boss monster wasn't even their biggest issue. There's this thing called the Thosajim, the True King of Disaster, or something like that.
uh
Where you can destroy two Earth monsters in your hand and or on your field, like combined. Oh, I'm sorry, two monsters in total. One of them has
mhm
to be Earth, but if they were both Earth, they got a second effect.
mhm
You summon it, and then if you destroy two Earth monsters, then you banish three cards from your opponent's extra deck of your choosing.
okay.
And since you destroy Earth monsters, you can destroy Baby Sarasaurus or Petite Pteranodon, which when they're destroyed by card effects, special summon other dinosaurs from your deck.
All right.
You can see where this is going already.
Yeah.
And then they have a Stratos in there, and
I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
yeah, the last card they have is this Stratos. I forget what it's called, but you can destroy other dinos to also summon other dinos from your graveyard with it.
Okay.
It was really stupid.
All right.
So it was a really good deck. Anyway, so as far as other stupid decks go, let's talk about Cancer, and by that
Okay.
I mean all the burn decks,
All
all
right.
of them. They're all Cancer.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, the one I see the most is Temple Burn.
hmm
So it is horrible. I can't stand the deck.
I understand.
So that deck is the worst matchup for that Songo deck. By the way, that is the worst matchup I've had.
I can imagine. Yeah.
What do you think about that deck though?
All right. So those type of decks are the reason why we need a side deck.
Yes, completely agree.
If we could side deck, like the power of those types of decks would decrease.
Mm-hmm.
But with the way things is, uh, it adds just more variance to the ladder, I think.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard for them to implement a side deck right now, where the game is kind of designed to be played in quick bursts.
All right.
I wish at least for the KC Cup that we would get a side deck.
hmm
But yeah, if we had a side deck, I mean, it'd be really easy to side, say, Cosmic Cyclone or just Storm. Excuse me. To deal with like back row, because that deck on its own is really just. I hate that freaking Temple of the Mind's Eye. The way that thing interacts with cards like Lava Golem and Enchanted Javelin is stupid.
hmm
I didn't, for some reason I didn't see this coming until I walked into it. He gave me a Lava Golem. I'm like, whatever. He's down to 1,000 life points anyway. I attack in. He flips over Enchanted Javelin.
hmm
I was so upset with myself that I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But and then the other big Cancer deck is Weevil Burn.
I consider them like essentially the same deck. It's just a matter of, okay, do you want the parasites or do you want the destiny draw?
No, I think that they're actually very different because they play very different cards aside from the main burn cards, like Master of the Curse is the same and stuff like that. But they play a lot of like Weevil plays plays again the parasites like you said.
hmm
It
And
plays,
they also sometimes play the Amazon combo, you know.
yeah the Amazon Master Morph combo.
But there's still
I still
to
see
me.
Burning Land.
hmm
Whereas the Temple of the Mind's Eye plays Inaba White Rabbit and the Sky Starry thing.
hmm
But I cut you off as you were saying though.
No, like, yeah, I get that they do use different cards, but I think they're still in the same genre of nonsense. Like like usually if you have a bad matchup with one, you're going to have a bad matchup with both.
Mm-hmm.
The only case where that isn't true is with Glads, because against some, it usually depends on what other cards they have to answer. Just looping the Esadari,
Yeah.
but and usually Weevil does that by making you summon a Parasite and then sacrificing everything for a Golem. But
Yeah. I found that I find it easier to beat Weevil because he relies so much on that parasite.
mhm.
If you can flood your field before he gets his Jade Whistle, which is, I swear to God, almost every Weevil opens with a Jade Whistle.
Yeah,
Even if they're only playing one, because I tend to just kind of look at deck lists after I finish the game, just kind of check it out. They always play one Jade Whistle and they always open it.
and
And
they always draw it.
I don't get it. But no, I actually for a little while I was playing cards like 4-star Ladybug just for that matchup,
Uh huh.
just to have something else that wasn't Parasite
Yeah.
for the Jade Whistle. But I do find Weevil to be a little bit easier than Temple of the Mind's Eye.
It, like I
Yeah.
said, depends on the deck. Like with like if I'm the Glad player, right, and I'm up against Temple Burn, usually the way they answer my board is by stalling forever,
Mm-hmm.
or at least put me in a position where I have to, can't really answer their board well. Like say if Massive Morph or whatnot.
Yeah.
So what I could just do then is just keep looping, the Esoteric play, keep adding cards back to my deck, and they'll eventually deck out. Like I've usually do the deck out strategy to beat them.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being the best way to go there, because in a situation like that, you don't want to leave yourself susceptible to lava golem.
Right.
Aside from Murmillo, do you have any outs to your own lava golem?
Uh, Usually it's either Floodgate, which I want to use for the rabbit and the Star Ray just to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I want to use the Floodgates for the rabbit so I can permanently kill that, and I want to use the Econs for the Star Ray.
Yeah.
Those are usually the only answers I got aside from Murmillo to answer the golem.
Yeah. Which
The problem is if I'm using Murmillo, it also means that there's another monster in play.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you have to, what you could do is like attack him with, like, so all you have is your lava golem. You summon something else, you attack in, attack for Murmillo, blow up your own lava golem. But even that's just inconvenient, and it slows you down big time. It stops your momentum,
Mm,
and that both decks, like I said, they have very similar playstyles. If you don't lose to one, you'll probably lose to both. Um, but I just, for me personally, I find that the Temple Burn is more of the long game burn, whereas Weevil burns
yeah,
a lot faster.
I agree with that.
So Weevil burns more glass cannon based, whereas the Temple burns much more attrition based, and
Temple Burn's more of a control deck, yeah.
yeah, which it seems in my experience that Temple Burn can actually outlast other long game decks just because
Yes.
it's a burn deck. It's pressuring you to make the move.
Yeah, like if you can't win through deck out, it can outpressure you, yeah.
Yeah.
Like usually the Gladiator match, because I play Glads. Sorry if I keep bringing that up.
No, you're fine, dude. I love Gladiators. Don't worry about it. They're my favorite deck. I haven't built it yet.
Like I play that matchup as if I'm the control deck and they're the beatdown deck. Like if I can answer their basically their rabbits and their Star Rays, I win.
Yeah.
That's how I play it.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if you know this, but the way that I first met Nelson, from DN was I was in a tournament and I played against him. I was playing a Gladiator Beast deck that played 2 DD Crows and a Sangan and a Dark Dragon.
Okay.
it got me to the semifinals before I lost it to Tengu Plant.
Mm.
But you know, I love Gladiator Beasts. They're probably my second favorite overall, if not my favorite overall deck to play, behind zombies. Like just the generic zombies I used to play.
Mm.
But I love Gladiator Beasts. So I mean, I can talk Gladiator Beasts all day. So, but I didn't have a lot of faith in them in Duel Links without a main phase 2, so I didn't really invest in that pack. And now I'm really kicking myself for it because number one, it's the same pack as Floodgate, and number two,
No, it isn't. No, it's not the same pack with
not?
Floodgate.
I thought it was.
No, Floodgate's Generation Next. I think it's Generation Next. Glad pack is Galactic Overlord.
You gotta be kidding me! I really thought that they're the same one.
No, like the same pack. The Gladiator pack is the one with the Cosmic Cyclone and Into the Void.
Yeah, you're completely right.
But no, even then, like if you want to invest in Gladiator Beasts right now, it's not a lot of packs.
Yeah, I mean,
to go through.
The issue I have right now is that I still don't have a single Laquari, so I can't even reset the box and start buying through it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had one Laquari, I could reset because the only Ultra I still need is Terra Firma. Oh no. I have 9 of the Ultra Rares, and I have 15 of the Super Rares.
Well, do you have any of the Impingable Attacks yet?
That was the mini box, right? From
No, that's in the same box.
Oh, is it the same box?
Yeah, it's the same box.
I'm not seeing the same. Oh no, I hit the wrong box again. I'm losing my mind. I just went in the same box twice.
And anyway, you need at least 2 Impenetrable Attacks to really have Glads.
Yeah, I already have 2 of them.
And then 1 Nero, and then yeah.
Yeah, I have.
You definitely do need it when you just need 1.
Yeah. Do you play Herc?
I do.
You do? Yeah, I've never seen anybody summon Herc even when they had the chance. But
It's rare. It is rare. Like I've summoned it more than 0 times, but less than 10.
I'm still missing one of the commons of this pack too. That's kind of funny. I'm missing the Ally of Justice Unlimiter. I'm not sure why. I'm down to 80 packs. I have not pulled it yet. Okay. So, anyway, but yeah, I mean, I think that we hit most of the decks. Is there anything that you can think of?
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm just looking at the list from the MCS. I mean, we didn't talk about a couple of them, like Endless Trap Hell. I don't know anything about that deck. Do you?
Okay, so it's basically the most obnoxious stall deck you can ever play against.
So Cancer.
Worse.
Oh God. Oh
yeah.
God. Well, if it's
all right. So if you watched any of DK's overview of that entire tournament, he mentioned rounds going up till 90 minutes from people playing that deck.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. Well, hopefully that won't be in the KC Cup because who the hell wants to play a 90-minute round?
Yeah.
That's a deck where I will scoop, and I don't care. I don't care how good of a streak I'm on. I will scoop. I'm not playing against that.
Right.
That's ridiculous. But what does it do? Does it just stall you out, or?
Basically, it can win with Lava Golem. It can,
is it just like 18 traps plus Lava Golems?
What it is, you got the Lava Golem. You also got Man-Eater Bugs, DD Warriors, and those type of cards.
Okay.
So the run it over thing dies type cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so That's the start, and then you just got a bunch of traps.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing because you said the stall deck, you got traps like Windstorm, Curse of Anubis.
Massive morph, the usual
Yeah.
stuff sticks.
Yeah. Impenetrable attack. Can you use that without having a monster in the field?
Hmm?
I don't have the card in front of me.
So you
Impenetrable
mean
attack.
can you use it for its fog effect?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. That's what I thought.
yeah, you can use it that way without a monster in play.
All right. Do you know anything about the Red Flash Dragon deck? Is that much of anything different from Mr. Red Eyes deck?
Oh, very different.
Wait, no, that one plays BLS, doesn't it?
There's multiple versions of it.
Okay.
The ones that I saw make top 32 did go the BLS route, but there is multiple versions floating around.
All right. Now, I mean, the main reason I'm asking you about this stuff because I have no idea about it is
Mhm.
you were saying about being on Reddit. I have never been on Reddit, so I have no idea what's over there.
What did you say? You cut off from me.
You said about seeing stuff on Reddit. I have never been on Reddit,
Okay.
so I have no idea what's over there. So,
So basically, the Red Eye / Dragon deck is play / Dragon and project it.
yeah. So
It-
it's the same thing as like a Bujin deck where you just kind of oh my god, I can't speak. Protect the castle.
yeah, it's very protected castle-y.
Okay.
Like, it's a matter of you protect the castle. If the castle dies, you can replace the castle, but
Yeah.
yeah, you ultimately want to protect the castle.
Okay. Yeah. I remember the TCG always hearing that Bujin was just that helmet, protect the castle deck. That's all
Mhm.
that you did. So.
Uh, Not to the extent of that, but yeah, that's an accurate way to look at this deck.
Okay. So you're thinking that the best decks if you want to do well in the KC Cup is going to be Severe Cyber Angels or Psychics.
Cyber Angels definitely. Psychics maybe not. I don't know. It depends on how consistently you can win.
All right. And then if you're just going just to kind of have fun, what would you say are your personal recommendations?
So, like, if you're only shooting for 500, like top 500, because that's when you get to the final round and then your invites.
Oh, I didn't know.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, you get the invite for top 500 into the final qualifying tournament,
Okay.
and then you.
Well, and real quick, that's separated by region, right? So like for us, 500 in the U.S.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So yeah, I mean, like any deck that could get you king games could get you there, but you know,
Yeah. Except hopefully not that freaking endless trap hell thing. 'Cause
right?
that's horrid. After what you told me about that, that's horrid. I don't want anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything to do with that. That's awful. So.
And also, apparently, the skill is bugged. So instead of like 3 traps going back to you, it's the whole thing.
Then hopefully that will be patched out in like an emergency patch if that becomes well known.
Mm-hmm.
Then the last thing I usually do for this is just kind of talk about the new stuff that is either rumored or is like leaked or just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything new that's coming out. Have you heard of anything new that's coming out at all?
We basically just talked. We already just talked about like grass is greener, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
aside from that, is there anything else?
um
Because I mean, the new cards for the card trader is grass is greener, Aromage Bergamot, which is some rare, and Vivid Night, which is a rare. So I doubt that those are gonna be any.
yeah,
use.
I don't see those being relevant. I don't see any of the tag tournament rewards being relevant.
Yeah, I think that the quick play spell Unity that's
Mhm.
nothing. That's not gonna do anything. Um,
I don't think Salamandra is better than Brachios or Hydrogeddon.
Oh no, but I think that salamander can kind of replace Sabersaurus, but but that won't be
I
the
don't.
thing that the deck needs to get to the next level.
None. And besides, usually it's the deck is Electro, Geddon, and Bracket. So
I haven't seen it with Electro. I've always seen it with Sabersaurus, but I might try that with Electro. See how that works, because that might actually be better.
mhm.
So yeah, I didn't even think of that because I have so much back row that I wasn't even thinking about just pinning down their back row, which
Yeah.
I made this disgusting play. I'm sorry, just real quick. I made this disgusting play in my King of Games promotion game.
Mhm.
I had an Electro that I had been protecting. That I pinned down my. I was playing against Ancient Gear. I pinned down one of his face downs, and then he had a castle on a second face down. Um, so I had his face his back row pinned down, and then I had I think on Brachios on my field. I flipped Econ, took his Electro, pinned down his other back row with his Electro,
Mhm.
and then summoned Sangha for game.
Yeah.
So I pinned
I've
down.
done things like that.
It was just so satisfying to pin down his own back row with his own Electro.
Oh, you do know that if you somehow don't kill them that turn, it's still pinned down, right?
Yeah,
That's always fun.
yeah. It was just so satisfying to do it. So that's actually the main reason I did that was in case I didn't get the win for some reason, like say like a Sphere Rebo or something in hand,
Hmm. Hmm.
it would still be pinned down. So all right, man. Well, we've been doing this for about an hour and 15 minutes. Is there anything else that you want to add, or should we just wrap up?
I say just wrap up.
All right. So, best of luck in the KC Cup. Like I said, I won't be qualifying for Worlds because I'll be on vacation.
No, me neither. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I've already told my girlfriend, or I told my girlfriend about the KC Cup falling on that week that we're going to be away, and she's already threatened me. So, I guess I'm not playing.
Smart girl.
So, because I have to raise my son, I have to be a dad, and I have to take my girl on vacation. So I can't play
Uh-huh.
YuGiOh. She doesn't understand. She just doesn't understand.
I know, man. I know.
So, but no, but yeah, but best of luck. Um, and hopefully for next month we can get Nelson with us, which I'm not sure if I said or not, at least in the video. I couldn't get a hold of him. I have seen him on Duel Links still in Platinum 1, so I'm assuming that he's just been really busy.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So, do you want me to put your Duel Links ID in the description?
No,
No? Okay.
no, I'm good.
Okay. Well, then my information will be in the description. So everybody rate, comment, sub. I'm sure I'll get like 10 viewers in this one, but it's KC Cup, so maybe I'll get a bit more. Next month, hopefully, we can get all three of us, and we can even talk about our experiences as well as where the meta's going. 'Cause
And if we don't get more than 10 viewers, this will now be an ASMR channel.
ASMR,
ASMR. Gotta get the big books, buddy.
ASMR. I'm trying to think of what that is.
Oh, you're going to enjoy that.
ASMR. I'm afraid to Google this now.
You should be. You should be.
I will Google that later. Anyway. All right, but yeah, but next month, hopefully it'll be all three of us, and then that'll be a lot of fun. So, and then hopefully we won't have 4 meta changes in the same month.
Yeah.
It'll make it a lot easier to figure out what we're gonna talk about. So, but all right, YouTube, I'm signing off. Peace.